Hi guys, welcome to day 131. It's me, Miss Samario. I'm ready to learn. Are you ready to learn? All right, let's keep it moving. We're going to get started today with reading. Make sure you write your first and last name at the top of your page. Today is Monday, March 30th, and our aim is to identify and determine the difference between a simile and a metaphor. All right, we're going to do things the way we do them every day. So we're going to get started with a please do now. At this time, I want you to press pause so you can get started. Okay, welcome back. After we've read the please do now passage, I can identify the topic. And the topic that I've identified was Wilbur and Orville Wright. But we know that when we're identifying a topic, we have to make sure that we condense it down to 2 words. So my topic is going to be Wright brothers. All right, make sure we capitalize those because it's our topic. Now, question number 1 says, part A, which best states the main idea of the passage? We know from previous experience that our main idea is the topic plus the most important thing in the passage. We've already identified the topic, so our answer for this one is so simple. Now, when we look at the options, our first option is the Wright brothers were inventors who have inspired many people. I've identified right here our topic. Let's look at the next option. D, the first flight was in 1903. I know that this is an option that we can eliminate because it doesn't even mention the Wright brothers. So we're going to eliminate that and make our answer B. All right. Part B is asking us which sentence from the text best supports the answer to the last question. Well, our answer to the last question is talking about the Wright brothers who were inventors and they have inspired many people. So let's look at our options. B says in 1903, their first flight only lasted 12 seconds. That does not give us any evidence that has to do with our main idea. So we can eliminate that option. Let's go ahead and eliminate it. Now, we know the answer is D because when we look back in the text, we see it says they were inventors who continue to inspire people all over the world to learn about science and math, to work hard, and to use imagination to achieve success. That's our text evidence. All right, it says stop, but we're going to keep moving on to vocabulary. Flip the page. All right, for vocabulary today, we're doing word work. It says for vocabulary word work, we will be working with prefixes, suffixes, and root words. Prefixes are an affix placed at the beginning of another word. So I'm gonna make sure we underline that. And then we write word. Now, underline that. And next it says a root word is a word that does not have a prefix or a suffix. Make sure you're writing this down because when I write, you write just like that. Okay, guys. Now, today we're working with a prefix and a root word. When we work with prefixes and root words, we match them together to create a new word. We're doing that today. Let's keep it moving. Now, our prefix is un, so we're going to put a P in parentheses. Let's make it fit. All right, and our root word is happy. Now, when we put our prefix, which is on, and it means not, and we use our root word, which means joyful, together, we can define that word as not joyful. We've created the new word unhappy. Now, if we're thinking about it, we want to find a synonym that's the same as unhappy. Now, if I were thinking about being unhappy, another word that I can describe that as is angry or sad. So I'm going to write those synonyms down. Now, if I were thinking of an opposite, I would say that the root word of, the antonym of unhappy would be happy. All right, so let's look at our illustration. Explain the illustration. The boy is unhappy because, well, we can go on to say the boy is unhappy because he is angry and has a frown on his face, period. All right. Now, if we were to write a sentence, what do I want to write? You can write what I write, or you can create your own sentence. My sentence is going to be, Mrs. Samario is unhappy because she cannot see her students, period. I'm very unhappy because I can't see you guys. Let me underline our word, unhappy. Let's flip the page. All right, board equals. Now, we know when we do board equals paper, we're learning a new skill or we're reviewing an old skill. But today, we're going to show some love because we looking at a new skill and we're going to learn something new today. All right, we know that poets write poetry, but today we're going to be talking about poets using figurative language. All right, poets use figurative language to make poetry more exciting and fun to read. Figurative language is when words are used to give a different meaning than its literal meaning. All right, there are 6 types of figurative language. I know I'm going pretty fast, but you can always pause the video to catch up. Our first figurative language device that we're going to use is called simile. The definition for simile is a comparison of 2 different things using the words like or as. Now, our example says, on her first day of school, Janelle was as cool as a cucumber. Now, we're comparing Janelle to a cucumber. Now, Janelle was as cool as, we're going to bold that because that's important. It includes the word like or as. Now, our next figurative language device is a metaphor. Now, when we're talking about metaphors, we're also comparing two different things, but we do not. And I'm going to bold that phrase. Do not use the words like or as. Our example is Jernell has a heart of gold. We're comparing Jernell's heart to gold. All right, so since we know what a simile is, and since we know what a metaphor is, we can keep it moving. All right, let's go on to our model. For our model, we're going to make sure that we're underlining the simile in each sentence. And then on the line, we're going to explain what is being compared. Now, Andrew is as sly as a fox. We're underlining the simile, and then we're comparing Andrew to a fox. All right, next sentence. After he finished playing the basketball game, his hair was oily like fried chicken. So we're gonna put like fried chicken. That is our simile, and we're comparing his hair to that of fried chicken. That's an odd comparison, but that's what similes do. Next, we have the new science book is as heavy as an elephant. We're comparing the science book to an elephant. All right, our next sentence. My mom's tea is as hot as the sun. That's pretty hot. All right, we're comparing mom's tea to the sun. All right, next we have Anastasia's. Anastasia has a smile as sweet as sugar. So we got Anastasia, but we're not comparing her per se. We're comparing her smile to that of sugar. And I'm gonna do a little adjusting so we can get it back. And now we can move on to the guided practice. On our guided practice, the directions say, read each statement below and determine whether it is a simile or a metaphor. So our first phrase, Kipsters are free like, hint, hint, birds. So since we see like, we know that it is a simile. Now we're comparing Kipsters to birds. Now, how do we know? It has the word like. Let me spell that right. Okay, our sentence has the word like. That's how we know that it is a simile. Next phrase, the pillow was a cloud when I put my head upon it after a long day. Let's listen to that again. The pillow was a cloud when I put my head upon it after a long day. I can say that that is a metaphor. It's comparing two things, and the two things are pillow and a cloud. How do we know that it's a metaphor? Nowhere in this sentence do we see the words like or as. Now, the next and last one is the cat was as quick as lightning when it saw the mouse. It was as quick as lightning, so we know that it is a simile. Let me highlight that. Let me underline that. And We are done.